Namaste. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today, beautiful souls. I'm here for live tarot readings, and I will be doing a reading for the collective shortly, and then opening the chat to your questions. And also, if you're interested in the spread that I've created for today, I will offer that up as well too. So, welcome. Excuse me. My name is Sadhana. Sadhana. I'm an intuitive reader and healer, and I'm here multiple times on YouTube during the week with many different offerings. So if what you hear today resonates with you, be sure to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live and what I'm doing. I primarily do live streams. I don't tend to upload too many pre-recorded videos these days. Just don't have the time for that. So thank you. Thank you for being here, and welcome to the usual suspects. Hello, Clovis, Patricia, Donna, Janine. Lovely to have you here. Okay, so today, as always, thinking about the energy of where we are, moving towards the end of Capricorn season. It is winter where I am. We're having a little tease of spring, and I know winter will return. But just moon is in an earthy sign. The sun is in an earthy sign. We are post the Cancer full moon. The Cancer full moon was a very powerful full moon that was also in alignment with Sirius. And I have a strong yearning, a strong attraction to working with Cancer energy, with clients, with friends, with family. I think it's through where I have journeyed over my life and the understanding of how important it is to heal family relationships. I have seen many people die where not having healed family trauma, family relationship. And so part of what I want to tap into today is the timeliness of all of this. So we're also coming out of holiday season where a lot of family issues may have arisen as well too. There is a sense, very much a sense of family connected to Capricorn, but also its healing qualities in the full moon that we had last Saturday. There's other alignments here too that feel like this is an optimal time for asking these sorts of questions. And what I'm offering up here is just simply an honoring of the work that you have been doing in perhaps releasing, healing, helping your family to move through uh, issues that have been going on for generations and generations, and providing deeper insight into that as well too. Welcome Saskia and Colleen. Hi Donna and Dee and Lydianne, Sunny. Welcome to all of you. Thanks for joining me here today. So down in the description box, just going to get in the mood here. With both the sun and the moon in earth signs, in the afterglow of the Cancer full moon, and in sync with the disseminating moon, I invite you to reflect upon family karma, and the work you have been doing in unraveling belief systems, power structures. Focus on your exhale breath and know that your efforts are not going unnoticed. You are shifting things for generations to come and healing a wound from generations past. What are your preferred decks for ancestral healing? Funny or not, I just had this discussion this morning with my guides. Well, these things just are the way they are, dear Donna. Welcome to Mira as well, too. This is very personal, and I've got this deck on the table today. If I'm doing a reading for myself, I'm going to use the Marielle Tarot. I have a deep connection with that and have done quite a bit of deep inquiry with the different civilizations that are represented in that deck. So there's something for me, I really like that deck. I would suggest one of my favorite combinations, I don't have it on the table today, is to use, now I wish I had the Lua tarot. I don't have the Lua. But in lieu of Lua, I would use the Stretch Tarot and Divine Muses Oracle. Love that combo. It's one of my favorites. If anybody has a Lua that they would like to sell, please let me know. Other ones that I would use for connecting to ancestors. The Hoodoo Tarot is a very powerful deck for some people, and I feel that that one connects with multiple cultures. I was very moved in that tarot deck that we're looking at root workers and very interesting issues that connect through a lot of continents and people. It's not just about the energy of the South in the U.S. There's much more to that deck than that. Personally, I find it a really challenging deck, and I have attempted to read it on the fly a few times, and I need to do a deep dive with it. It's just not one that works for me. I think that a combination of Weaver's Oracle with any either Celtic centered tarot, or if you are connected in some way to a Black culture, I would suggest the Weaver's Oracle with Dust to Onyx is also very powerful. And so I've used that combination. I would suggest that a weaver be chosen for about a 3 to 12-month period. It's not something that I would do. I would pull a card. At the very most, I would say a card a month with the Weaver's Oracle. It's a very beautiful, complex energy, and it can bring in associations with the directions. It has different tribes, lots of different layers built into it, and so you can get lots of great ancestral information with that deck. So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities out there. And please go ahead and share if you have some favorite decks that you do with ancestral work. Now, for those of you that find the deck that I'm using today a little too white, I apologize, but I find it is very rich. It has it appears to be an historic deck. It also is a deck very much of liminal space. It's pagan other worlds. It's not of this world. It's another dimension. So I like working with this deck in that regard. And it also appears very three-dimensional when you need it to. So yeah. I like its moodiness as well too. Yeah. The El Goliath. I don't have that one. I don't have that one. Brady. I do have the Brady Tarot. I do not have the El Goliath. The Brady Tarot would be one of the ones in, I think there was a tarot tag, decks I have never touched in my collection. Too many. So yes, of course, Janine, I will give you, do a reading for you with this spread. This is a reading for the collective. The Wild Unknown, because I can read the Wild Unknown at many different levels. It works really well as well too. The problem, I think, with more diverse decks is that they are so modern. Yeah. All right. Let's look at the questions below. And in a reading for the collective, I will speak in generalizations. And because these questions have been formulated at a time when astrologically, energetically, it makes sense, a lot of this may resonate with many of you watching this now and next week or even next year. You show up for a reason, right? Question number 1, describe the family karma I am helping to unravel and heal. So basically, what is the work that I'm doing? Number 2, how is this related to my personal journey? What I have learned through the yogis that I have worked with, the swamis and so forth, is that we have geographical karma. We also have personal and family karma. And while these karmas may intersect at different points in our life, um, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't. How is this related to my personal journey is the second question. I believe that there are connections, and sometimes they just don't appear to be related. And part of that may very well be the ego that is standing in our way, not wanting to acknowledge the relationship. And the third question is, what is one more piece that I no longer need to hold on to? So what is one more piece that I can release? Andrew, I'll comment on that deck in a moment. Hopefully I'll come back to it. If you are open to releasing, if you are open to the experience of this spread, uncross your legs, put your feet on the floor, and take a full breath in and a full breath out with the intention here of not only connecting to the earth, but the possibilities of letting go of one more thing. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good and that no harm be done. So be it. Okay. King of Wands, Justice. Interesting that the Karma card shows up in this sort of a reading. And Nine of Swords. Beautiful, beautiful card for the third position. Okay. I want to say with that first card that you indeed are being asked to dig deep and to stand strong, to the highest degree of your will is being tested. That indeed you have had to take on a role of leadership that matches the frequency of the domination that you face. Sometimes these words just need to come out of my mouth. So what you are confronting with your family requires a strong energy. And the more that you can stand in your own power, the more effective this work that you are doing will be. Don't belittle your influence. This card shows me you have tremendous influence and respect and ability to shift the frequency of this pattern in your family. This work that you are doing specifically with a family issue will bring, will restore balance and peace, personal karma. And I said, this is it's amazing that the justice card shows up here, because it confirms that this is indeed an intersection of your family karma and your personal karma. So at this time, don't feel that what you are unraveling with your family is unrelated to you. And if you feel disconnected from the issue, it's time to have a hard look at it, because this is also your work. There's a very, very active and strong energy in both of these cards. Standing up, showing up, participating. Um, and I know that a lot of people steer away from this sort of change, but it is indeed you, your energy that is required here, your energy, your voice, your skills will bring harmony to the family, and that will indeed ripple into a sense, more of a sense of peace and release with you as well too. Bye, Lydia. Good night. Bonsoir. All right, so number 3, what is one more piece that I no longer need to hold on to? Some of the words that are shame. Shame is a word that just shot through. I no longer need to hold on to the shame. Do not lose sleep over it. There is a tremendous amount of sadness that you have carried. I can feel it in the cheeks and in the face over this shame. Now, shame, unlike guilt, lives in the solar plexus chakra. It is connected to your self-esteem. So, what I'm picking up on here is, if you can release the shame, you will stand taller. And that kind of takes us full circle back to the first card here. How do you release shame? You practice. You practice until you feel that it's gone. You find a memory, a word, you condense the expression into a word, you exhale it. You exhale it multiple times a day. You offer it up in prayer. You offer it in mantra. You bury a trinket in that holds that energy. You burn things, and you continue to release it until it's gone. You are not responsible for carrying the shame. Your work is in the leadership of getting the family to see and to recognize the issue at hand. And that second card is just, like I said, it's a reminder that this is your stuff too. You are not separated from your family. Mm, okay. Inhale, let, exhale, go. I promise you, you'll feel lighter. This is the card that is going to inspire our satsang on Wednesday night in the Facebook group. What the worms know. And I just drew it before I just came on here. And I think this is just in terms of what we were discussing in the Thoth discussion, Thoth inspired discussion, as well as the topic that I've picked up for today. I just think it's absolutely brilliant that we're going to be talking about what the worms know. The relationship between creation and destruction. The fact that all filters back to the earth anyway. All right, this is a reading for Janine on the 10th day of January, 2023. In the disseminating energy of the Virgo moon, the mutable earth energy, what a perfect time to release, to honor this family pattern and wound. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good and that no harm be done. So be it. A very similar energy, Janine, for your first card. I'm going to put all three on the table and then weave the story. This is the Knight of Wands. I feel with this card showing up here that there may actually be journeys involved. So you're going to have to hop on a plane or a train and go visit great grandma and have that hard discussion with her across the continent or overseas. That this is this truly is a quest, and your work may very well cross borders and lands. Page of Wands. Three of Pentacles. The creation of a new form, a new structure may very well be possible. This is the release card though, so I'll get to that in a moment. Okay. So question number one, the card one. Describe the family karma that I'm helping to unravel, heal, and break. I feel that both of the card that came up in the collective as well as your reading is speaking to the approach of the work that you are doing. And it's interesting too that we're looking at a lot of court cards. We had that personal energy as well too in the first reading. So the people in these stories are very much in your face. I'm also picking up on the fact that that children are involved in this as well too, or that influence on children has been significant. Childhood will. I haven't. I'm seeing a giant, a big foot of a giant just stepping down and squishing the child. It's like some sort of in Jack and the Beanstalk. Just the attitude of the giant. It's no big deal to squash a child. That's what I'm picking up on here. And so if you were squashed, good night, Saskia. If you were squashed as a child in some way, this is work that you are doing on behalf of generations in your family. There's a creative, there's a willfulness that was not accepted. There's a willfulness that was extremely uncomfortable for the elders in the family. I feel as if the older generation knew and understood this spark of light. And because they were not allowed to shine in that way, it was their duty to repeat that pattern. Now, the question is, and that's, I think, something for a different reading, but you might know what this is what is this willfulness that was not allowed to grow and develop? So you, as a mother, as an auntie, part of your work is in or as a teacher perhaps, is allowing this willfulness to shine, to support young people in their spirit, their direction. Hmm. Both the knight and the page are headed in the same direction. I strongly feel that there is a relative who is still living, who has stories that can help you clear up some of this. Hi Effie, there's something about this third card. I almost feel that this is a symbol for you. You know, you'll be on the road somewhere and you will see a signpost like this. You will see an inukshuk. You will see a trail marker, and you'll go, "Oh my God, this is exactly where I need to be. This is where the download will happen. This is the path I need to take. This is where I'm supposed to be." I feel like this card is showing up for you to confirm maybe something in the future, but it also may be a familiar place. Okay. And simultaneously, this card is in the position of what is one more piece that I no longer need to hold on to. I am no longer responsible. Building, creation, supporting. These are all words that are part of this Three of Pentacles development. It is not up to you to be the one who is, um, it's not up to you to decide what the kids study. It's not up to you to, so here's something. If a child goes to school and they spend 4 years getting a master's of mathematics and they fail, and you're the one that got them to go there, it's not your responsibility that they followed what you said. There's something like this. It's like you were part of the creative process, or the decision making, the development. somebody followed in your footsteps and didn't quite make it. There's something about that, the fall, your relationship to somebody's fall. It's not your fault. That's your message. It's not your fault. Ooh, Colleen, thank you for that. That's beautiful. I love that, the wording. I'm just going to highlight that. Um, you were a child. Wow, that's another message for you. You were a child. It's not your fault. Janine, I'm not sure what that is connected to, but I would write down those two phrases. I was a child. It wasn't my fault. There is um, there is an anguish, and again, I'm coming back to the face. There is an anguish, perhaps, that you carry in your face, a pain, a sadness. And there's practices like lion's breath, laughter yoga, moving and stretching the face and relaxing and letting go. I feel, shaking your sillies out, doing anything that you can just to release this tension. Um, hmm. Smile more, laugh more. Okay, I want to summarize here because I'm going to go on to the next reading. If there are children in the family that you can support and help to um, understand that their dream is possible, there's that piece. There's something about the travel piece that feels important. And there's also this sign that is very powerful here in the third card. So if you don't have this deck, make sure you take a screenshot of that card. There's something about this trail marker that feels important. And then you also have those messages that I feel connects deeply to your reading today. Okay. You're welcome. And on the bottom of the deck was the Justice card. All right, so this is a reading for Donna, Artists and Oracles. It's just amazing. Thank you all for your support in the chat here with Janine, the beautiful sharing and suggestions and all of that. Yes, I can get up and go and get that. It is not at my table, but yes, I can do that. All right. So, Donna. Let's all hold space for Donna. as we contemplate these questions. Dee says the Cairn has a very masculine feel to me. Yes. So that card is one we were discussing today, Dee. So that is astrologically, the Three of Pentacles is Mars in Capricorn. So it's very, very masculine energy. All right, so this is for you, Donna. I'm going to draw 3 cards, but I do have a jumper. Wow. More strong energy. King of Pentacles, Hanged Man, Queen of Swords, and the jumper was the World. Okay. Hmm. '78th card in the deck is on the left. The final major was the jumper. I noticed that the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords are going in different directions, and there is a Hanged Man in between the two of them. So all of that feels very significant here, just viewing this big picture. And when I was looking at the World card, there's something about overcoming the weight of the world on your shoulders. The angel is standing on top of the world, rising above, rising above. It's funny, when I look at the card on the left, I'm thinking about a particular figure I think in a TV show or a movie, and I can feel that the way that they walk. There's a weight and a confidence to the way they hold themselves. So all of our first cards, rather than looking to the content of the issue, have been offering up an approach to managing the family pattern. So it's interesting that the cards are doing what they want to do, not what I wanted them to do. And we have had the archetypes that are showing up are taking care of business in one way or another. And I feel as if the pentacle in the left hand, it's like the King of Pentacles has owned this. He has claimed this. But I also feel as if there's a place for it and it will be put down. He will not walk carrying this forever. There's a destination. There's a place. Here's the message here, Donna. And I've seen this in different movies where there is something that was lost, and that it is returned to its rightful home. And I'm thinking of like there's a jewel, and the jewel goes back in the third eye of the deity. Like there's something that goes back to its rightful place because it belongs there, and your responsibility is to to take it there, to return it there. And there's such a strong inner knowing about this. Clevis says it's being held like a bowling ball. I see a grip like this, not so much as claws, but as a because it's quite heavy. And he's not walking, he's standing still. I'm just looking at this up close. Look at the gesture. We also have a very interesting gesture of the right hand, and the right hand is pointing to the castle. Okay, I'm not going to retract anything that I said because I really feel like that's exactly what I was feeling. There's like a power, there's a power to this stance. There's a um, if there if there is or if there's an issue of inheritance, remember that is a story. That is how the lesson is manifesting right now. It's not about whatever it is, the old family car or whatever it is. It's not about that. It's about the lesson that comes from the experience. And so in the returning of something to its rightful owner, there is a peace that is restored. Okay. Welcome to A Simple Tune. All right. Now, how is this related to you? So if I go to the word sacrifice, there's also something that you will need to release. So, like your family needs to let go of something and return it to its rightful place, you will also need to let something go. I feel there's a lot of Donna vibration in my chest and arms and throat. I feel as if I don't know if I have struck a chord or if there is something uh, um, there's a big emotion connected to this. The I keep wanting to call it the pendu, and I don't know if there is French inheritance, if there is French ancestry, because I keep hearing le pendu, le pendu, le pendu. Say it in French, Sadhana. Say it in French. Um, so maybe there's something with that as well too. I feel as if this is a doorway. It's a gateway where you stand between. And I want you to go back to that initial impression as well too. The twain will not meet. This will not be resolved. This is a case where we need to agree to disagree. The sword, this is really funny. Not funny. This is awesome. I love this. So this, and inspired by Dee's comment. So the sword is in the right hand, which makes perfect sense for swords being an active suit. And notice also this gesture. So there is a release of sorts here as well, too. I'm wondering if the castle is being released. The bird is being released. The bird is symbolic of the truth. The truth is being released. I love that we have a Queen of Swords here, and she sits in her power, willing to let the little bird go. What is this? Hmm. Did you notice that this is a 3 and this is a 3? So there's something going on here. It's a 1 2 and a 2 1. Something is coming full circle. This is very close to completion. I love the conversation that's going on now. No French ancestry, but I have strong French past lives, which means you do have French ancestry. Ah, so that's where I know you from. All right, Donna. So if this is not apparent, what's going on here, let it percolate. Let it sit with you. The third position again was about the release, right? What is one more piece that I no longer need to hold on to? And she's letting it go with her left hand, with her receptive hand. So she's letting go of love. She's letting go of the little bird. She's letting go of the word. She's letting go of, I feel it's little. It's little and it's light and it's the truth. And she's really honoring the release of this. Mm, okay. I can't take this any further right now. So there's some powerful connections. So take a screenshot and let me know what arises here. Okay. Thanks, Donna. D. All right. So let me scroll down and find D's two-part question. What path I should follow? I don't know if I should follow my head or my heart. Okay. D, 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 D. Let's cross off the shoulds. Where are the shoulds coming from? It's this is like you are being controlled by something. Let's find new language around this so that the your choices can unfold and be supported and feel good and inspired. What path is in my highest? What path would make me feel inspired? Is my path directed by my head or my heart? Language is such a powerful thing. And one of your releases, I would put that word SHOULD on a piece of paper and burn it. Get rid of that word. It's a very it's a yeah. Donna, this was the card on the bottom for your reading. Also a 3. This is a reading for D on the 10th day of January 2023. I also don't know if I should take risks because my financial situation is very complicated right now. Are financial risks a concern at this time? Okay. D, own your power. Place your hand on your belly, your solar plexus chakra, and say to yourself, I've got this. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm in control of my life in a balanced and harmonious way. I make good decisions. Each of those questions had a should, which tells me you are used to being controlled there, or you have felt the power over you your whole life. And so part of your process now is to unpack that and to let that sense of having power over you go. Financial risks are connected to the root chakra. They're connected to unreleased issues with family, a sense of survival being here. I can also offer up one other little technique that works sometimes. You may have to do it a few times, but that is to just find a quiet space and to release and let go of any vows of poverty that you have taken in all directions of time. I release vows of poverty that I have taken in all directions of time. And I would create sacred space and sit in a frequency of letting this go. There's a condensation, there's a level of fear and protection that has been building and building and building. I still feel, and this has been here since the beginning of the first reading today, and it's a weird sensation. I feel it in my cheeks. I feel it in my face, like a tension of that needs to let go, a tension of, just released tension. Release tension. Whether some people, you go for a run, you lie in the sun at the beach. I don't know what it is, but tension, you would benefit from releasing tension at this time. Okay, so I'm going to cut the cards for you now, Dee, okay? And we'll see what we can figure out here about your path. And we draw the card for this decan. Wow. Okay. Which is a card of security and stability. We have a key on the card. There may be an answer here because the key is on the path. The key to financial stability is on the path. We have another path through the mountains. And then we have somebody who is also rooted in financial stability and security. All right, so let's go back to your questions. What path? What is my path? I don't know whether head or heart. I would say with the lunar energy, the water energy in the central card, and the feminine energy, so all queens are connected to water, that this feels heart. There are no swords here. Okay, so this is a heart-centered focus. Okay, and I want to honor that your financial situation is very complicated right now. I don't mean to play hardball, but this is a story. This is an experience that you have been building over some time. And I don't know if you've ever unraveled a ball of wool or like yarn. This is something that is completely navigatable. You can navigate this with, I feel like you can navigate this with ease. The moon is here to remind you there is an issue you personally haven't dealt with. Now, I find this uncanny. The way that these cards are lining up with the questions that I proposed for today. And I want to look at all of this in terms with the questions that you have posed. So I've been talking about family karma and how family karma is connected to personal karma. And that we are at a place of resolution here where it's a time to let something go, and time to let something go. And you're getting lots of support here in the chat. So know that these are really great people. These are not people to be disregarded. They're here every single week. And what they're saying is coming from a place of heart. Okay. So the issue that you are dealing with, the financial insecurity that you are dealing with, is something that has come from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. It is tattooed on your face right now because it is ready to bust open. It is ready to break. It is ready to be released, to be burnt through, quite literally. And so that releasing that vow of poverty is one method to do this. But also, I want you to look at the beauty of the card on the right and the card on the left and find some way to build affirmations and confirmation of your security. And you can find this in little things and little ways. So you honor the abundance of the flora outside your front door. Honestly, Andrew, I really feel it's one and the same. If we're going back through past lives, that's part of our DNA. It just might be a long time ago. So I don't really see them as so separate. But that's a big discussion for another time. Let me focus on Dee's di- uh, inquiry here. So what you are working with, Dee, is old. And there is, I want to say there's so much beauty in that card in the right. You have the right to be the queen. You have the right to be dressed in lovely garments, to feel the freedom that she feels and the spaciousness that she feels. This is a card on the left of condensed energy. The card on the right is very, very spacious. There's an openness to it. And so part of your um, reflection is on how can I create space? How can I create lightness? How can I step out of the box that I have built, the prison that I have built? How can I find the door and step out? Number one, you want to face the and acknowledge and speak and talk to the most personal, challenging, recurring pattern that you can't seem to shake in this lifetime. Because it is somehow, if it were resolved, the financial karma would be resolved. There's a kindness here as well, too. There's a softness and a sweetness. So I would say yes to follow your heart. Your heart cannot steer you wrong. And I really liked that Andrew, well-tempered Claire, said that the shoulds are connected to the mind. They are about control and being controlled. And so this is about you moving from a place of kindness and beauty and honoring who you truly are, standing up for yourself, no longer blaming others for where you find yourself, whether it is through ancestry, lifetimes, incidents that are apparent to this lifetime. Let it go. Let it go. You can rebuild. You can find your way on this path. This is a great supportive reading. Also, look at the pink on her dress. So take whatever is in the heart path and let that grow, let that build. Fill your cup. It's time to fill your cup. So let it go by building my own future. Mhm. Donna, yes, I will do a simple tune and that'll be my final reading for today. All right, let's go to the comment on the bottom. A simple tune says, it's interesting that next to the left of the moon card is the Four of Pentacles with a little key at the bottom. Is the key to resolution a subconscious matter, possibly? Yes. So if you look, I'm seeing a path here And this key is a very powerful symbol. So what I'm saying about this card is that there's I don't feel like it's subconscious. I feel like you know what it is. It's poked its head a few times. And the key is to facing that. And in facing that and in acknowledging it, processing it, you will be able to release it and find your path more open. Mhm. This is another great reading. These are beautiful cards. Like I would frame these cards and just sit with them in contemplation. They're gorgeous, full of hope, full of inspiration. Thank you for this opportunity to read for you today. Hmm. Thank you, Sunny. It's very nice to say that. And so the last reading today is for a simple tune. A simple tune. If you have a name, please feel free to type that in the chat. Otherwise, I will call you a simple tune. Okay. What do my ancestors advise regarding me wanting to and hopefully dating Daniel? Let's hold space for a simple tune as we contemplate the energy surrounding Daniel. What do a simple tune's ancestors, how do a simple tune's ancestors support? What do they advise in regards to the dating of Daniel? Daniel. Hmm. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good and that no harm be done. So be it. Sun, the devil, King of Cups. All right, of course we don't get an easy one. um, He will bring you much needed energy and vitality. He will bring you much needed energy and vitality. However, it's quite possible that he has not done his work. There are issues, emotional, psychological, karmic issues that he has chosen to brush under the carpet and not deal with, not face. And we see that reflected in both the devil and the king of cups. There may very well, I want to say that he's aware of his stuff, and how he deals with his stuff might be in, um, he exuberantly buries his issues. So he appears very happy and joyful. And yes, he is a lovely being, but underneath all of his joy, there's unresolved pain, unresolved experiences. I feel like it's connected to his self-worth. And he knows how to do this. He's just chosen not to do this. So I feel, in terms of your question, your ancestors would want you to know that he's a complex man. He's very complex. And what you see on the surface, there's so much more. There's so much more below the surface. So if you've seen one of those iceberg pictures where you see the iceberg on the top, what is underneath is huge. And so if you have the energy to help him release that, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some work and some effort, and you may very well learn something in the process. But there's a lot that's covered up. Okay? Oh, the mystery, right? The mystery, Andrew. Yeah. And there's an interesting combination here of fire and water. But there's a lot of deep, deep and dark water here. So you need to decide if you want to invest your time into that. And just be really mindful that, you know, um, we can we can be attracted to a relationship, and like we want to fix somebody, we want to be a caretaker, but you don't probably don't want to be his counselor for the rest of your life. So I would suggest some, um, yeah, very well put, Dee. Thank you for that. Okay. And so in in this path, I would say it's also, and we've had some recurring themes here today, right? It's important that you, um, are fully aware of managing and dealing with your darkness as well too. That you, of course, you can take it along for the ride. Um, yeah. So anyway, I hope that answers your question. So thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for being here today and for supporting one another in the chat. As always, it's been amazing. And Andrew's got more information for you, a simple tune, so check that out. Okay. You take good care, everybody. And tomorrow, I don't have my thumbnails up yet, but I've got a busy day tomorrow. I'll be on YouTube a couple of times and in the Facebook group later. And still in contemplation of Friday's chat topic, but that will all be revealed soon. So have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Namaste.